health and wellness enthusiast. Today we have an exciting video. I'm going to share with you all pretty much how I got started on my plant-based holistic health and wellness journey. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to leave any comments below about today's video, and also any content that you would like to see me post in future videos. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. So how I got started on my plant-based holistic health and wellness journey. So the journey was really, it was a sacred journey for sure, a very spiritual journey. And it started when about 3 to 4 years ago. So I studied abroad during my junior year in college in Cape Town, South Africa, which was an amazing experience. Highly recommend anyone, side note, highly recommend anyone who's currently in college, please take advantage of those study abroad programs on your campus. It's definitely a life-changing opportunity. So I definitely encourage all of you to take advantage of that program. So apart from that side note, so I stayed abroad during my junior year in Cape Town, South Africa, and that honestly was the start of my holistic health and wellness journey. While I was there, I actually began to embark on a vegetarian journey, actually. So when I became a vegetarian while I was studying abroad, the end goal was to eventually become vegan. That was the end goal, and so I remember starting off on a vegetarian diet while I was still there. It was pretty easy, honestly. I had a lot of access to different restaurants that were vegetarian and vegan friendly at the time. Definitely there were nearby grocery stores, produce available, plenty. So definitely wasn't hard to transition to a vegetarian diet while I was studying abroad. And so I did that while I was there. I went vegetarian and I cut out meat. But I was still eating dairy and cheese at that time, but I did cut out eating meat, and I began to become more conscious about my eating habits, because prior to that point, prior to the decision of becoming vegetarian while I was studying abroad, I was so fed up with feeling tired or exhausted after eating, fatigue, exhaustion, or stomach bloating or inflammation, just all those, things that just correlate with not having the healthiest diet, So I really began to just get fed up with all of it, and I just wanted to change my diet. And so I figured, why not go vegetarian? Let's start there, So moving forward, I did that, and then in addition to just the nutritional side of my health, I just remember being there, and the people there were for one, they were welcoming, they were very full of life, they were very calm in nature, very engaging, and they were just very in tune with their humanity. And I remember while I was there, I noticed that they truly took care of each other. They took care of themselves. They took care of their health, And so I remember, like, for example, when I went to the barber there, the barber shop while I was in Cape Town, South Africa, there was a free complimentary hair wash. Here in America, you're gonna pay for the haircut, and you're gonna pay for the to get your hair washed too. So that's just like a small example, just something that was an add-on. It was like to me, it was just symbolic of just taking care of each other, taking care of their people. I remember while I was there, there were a few people who, I'll backtrack slightly. So from my perspective, I'm laid back, I'm calm and reserved, and I remember when I went there, there were several people I met who were native to Cape Town or South Africa, who made an observation, and they would inform me, hey, you're moving too quick, or you're moving really fast, or things of that nature, or slow down, like it's gonna be okay. And I just remember reflecting about that, and it really, from my perspective, I never viewed myself as being fast-paced. I've always viewed myself as being calm, easygoing, which I am, but it was interesting to live in another country for a period of time. I was there for 6 months. I was there from January to June 2019, so I was there for quite some time. But it was interesting to hear that perspective from someone or people in a different country. So it made me reflect on, well, I may view myself, again, like easygoing. I'm not, in a rush or fast paced. It made me realize, just having lived in America, regardless of whether or not I viewed myself as someone who was easygoing or I operated at a normal pace or a pace that was, just, I would say, for lack of better words, in this moment, a pace that was just, comfortable, compared to, you all know, the American, the hustle, the bustle, the go, that mindset. I don't subscribe to that, so it was just interesting that someone else in this country or a group of people would, they made that observation. So again, I'm saying all that to say it made me reflect on, just how living in America, regardless of my interpretation of my place within the context of America, I think just the cultural aspect of it was, I would say, received differently to them. And so then it made me reflect on, hey, maybe I do need to slow it down more. I thought I was already, taking it easy, but no, let me just reassess, my situation, my circumstances, my life, and let me actually breathe. Let me look up, let me smell the roses, let me just be more in tune, be in the moment. That's really what that experience taught me while I was abroad. When I had those encounters with different people, it really taught me the importance of being in the moment, and that, is really important in our overall mental, emotional, and physical health, because, being in the moment, you're able to relieve yourself of anxiety, of depression, of overthinking, things of that nature. So that was really profound. And in addition to that, like I said, the people there, they took care of each other, they took care of themselves. And so I really admired that, and it made me really reassess my perspective of health and wellness and what it really means, to be well. Additionally, I would say upon my return, when I returned back to America and I returned back to school in DC, I remember the next phase in this process, I encountered some issues with my digestive health. So every time I ate anything, whether it was dairy or cheese, I started to, my body, my system, it reacted very bad. It reacted just very negatively to the consumption of any dairy products. And so I remember going to the physician at my school, and the physician, she suggested, hey, maybe for a week, just cut out dairy, see what happens to your system, or just how things are progressing with you. Just to see how things are progressing. And I did that for a week. And I remember after the week, I, was able to assess and reflect on, changes in like my mood, my body, just overall changes in my health, whether it was physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional. And I remember feeling much better during that week. I cut out the dairy. And so it was at that point I made the transition from vegetarian to vegan, but I prefer to say plant-based. So yeah, it was at that point I made that transition from a vegetarian lifestyle to now a plant-based lifestyle. And so I would describe my journey and how it started as being both one that was intentional, but also one in which I also didn't have a choice in the context of prioritizing my health. So once I knew my digestive system reacted negatively to dairy, it wouldn't make sense for me to keep consuming dairy products that would continue to harm me. So I had to make the conscious decision to eat better and be more conscious what I'm consuming in terms of my food supply, because food is very spiritual as well. And I'll get into that in later videos to come. For this video, I'll just keep it on, how I got started on this journey. But it's very spiritual in nature, very spiritual. Food is very spiritual. And so, again, we'll get into that later on. So I'm forever just thankful. I'm just forever moved by my study abroad experience. There were, in South Africa, there were many different experiences I had that were just very instrumental in my development at that time. Just very instrumental in my development as a man, as forever thankful for my experiences in South Africa. So many profound moments that really altered my approach to life, my perspective on life. But overall, I would say one of those pivotal moments, I would say, from my experience was this birth of plant-based holistic health and wellness. There are many things I learned during that time. I learned the importance of self-love, what it really means to love yourself, holistically. The importance of prioritizing self-care. If I don't prioritize my health and wellness, if I don't prioritize, my well-being, then who will? So self-care is very important. And then my perspective on health changed while I was abroad. So it changed from just having this general perspective of health. Growing up, I definitely always had health in mind, but it wasn't until this experience where my intellect, it expanded in this realm of health, that it's holistic. Like, it's not one area, it's all these different moving pieces. You have the emotional, you have the physical, you have the mental, you have the spiritual. We can even get into other dimensions of health, your environmental health, financial health, social health. There's so many dimensions to health and wellness, and all those dimensions combined is where we get this whole idea of holistic health and wellness. And then more specifically, I live a plant-based lifestyle, and so I think it's really important that we all prioritize a plant-based holistic health and wellness lifestyle for optimal health. It's very sacred, it's very important, and again, I really appreciate you all, for watching this video. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to leave comments below as your journey began. If you're on a plant-based holistic health and wellness journey, and any content you would like to see from me moving forward, that I can go in deep about. So again, it's all love, peace, and blessings, family. I appreciate you all for watching this video. Again, this was how I started my plant-based holistic health and wellness journey. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.